When you think about the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, 3 persons, one God, it sounds a bit absurd, doesn't it? And it sounds like, what does this mean? God is God, and He's 3 persons. God has God the Father, and God the Spirit, and God the Son. And so you have this amazing community of love, and it's the one loving the other, and all of them loving us. And it's so beyond us, but that reminds me that I am human, and I'm finite, and I'm concrete, and I don't know everything, and I won't ever know everything about the Trinity, but I can keep on learning. I'm having some physical pain these days because I'm going to get a hip replacement soon. And it's really interesting how God is meeting me even in that physical pain, and how I'm realizing that I am this finite creature made in His image, and yet because we are living in a fallen world, things don't go right. Pain is actually pushing me back to God, and most specifically back to Christ. My dad and my mom, they've been praying so much for healing for me, and my family, my husband and my kids, they're going to put their lives on hold when the operation goes ahead. And so God's hands and His feet on the earth are people. And the way that people are loving me, I'm also receiving God's love through them. And it's very humbling. Submitting to love is hard for me because I'm pretty self-sufficient. Sometimes when you submit to love, people let you down, and they might not reach that high standard that you want them to reach. And so there is this sense of, well, I'll just do it myself, I'll just be self-sufficient. I won't crack open my heart and let you in because you're going to betray me or you're going to fail me or whatever. God made Himself vulnerable in a person and came to this earth. He was born not in the biggest palace in Jerusalem, but He was born in this manger, in this little stable. And He made Himself so vulnerable so that we could receive His love and that He could redeem us. We all have different ways of serving and receiving Christ through others. And sometimes doing the hardest thing, receiving the service, actually will help us to grow the most because we're yielding. We're laying down the whole thing of, I have to do it this way, Lord. I have to do it that way. And that's what I'm learning through the hip pain, is that I don't have to do it my way. And my way is actually not the best. But I am saying, Lord, please make me willing to change. I want to be open-handed. I want to yield to You, just as You yield to each other. I think it's so exciting to learn about this community of love. God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, who opens Himself up to us. It's so mind-blowing that Christ would serve us. But He does. He submits Himself to us so that we can then love Him better. We don't have to wait till eternity to enjoy God's riches and His fullness and His grace and His love and His peace and these amazing attributes, because He's giving it all to us right now through Himself, because He is the Trinity and because He lives with us. And it's incredibly exciting because it means we can change. It means I can change.